to our new podcast. Today and forward, we are going to be taking you through some really interesting stories that we have throughout our careers in real estate. Today, we're going to be talking about our first house that we tried to purchase. Keyword tried, because, well, I'm going to bury the lead if I tell you that. Maybe we do buy it, maybe we don't. But, we just want you guys to understand that things happen in real estate that are crazy, that people might not understand, and there's just so many stories that we have, so we want to bring them to you guys in a fun, light environment that you can kind of either laugh with us, laugh at us, and enjoy some of these stories that we have that we've collected over the years. So without further ado, why don't you start out for our first story of this is the first house we looked at after we got married, and kind of our first starter home that we were trying to buy.
So I've always loved horses, and with horses you need land. So we decided to look at some acre homes, and we found a manufactured home on an acre in a really nice part of town, right in the heart of town, and it was listed for a decent price. So we decided to go ahead and look at it.
Yeah, it came up on the MLS. It was a double wide acre of land, irrigated, absolutely perfect location, and a great price. So two things you can't change: price and location. So we were extremely interested. We knew that based upon the price that there was probably going to be a fair share of issues with the house and with the land, and there was some pictures, but they were pretty bad pictures. So we went into it knowing that some stuff wasn't going to be perfect.
And we're DIYers, so nothing like that scares us or will turn us away from a house, because we can go in and see the potential there, whether it's in the house or in the land, because with a little bit or a lot of hard work, you can turn anything into something nice and livable.
You forgot about the blood, sweat, and tears.
Well, we don't talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, so we've done, our fair share of projects over the years, but this one was interesting. I had called the agent, set up the showing. She had said that the owner's been a little difficult and that he's going to be there at the showing. Okay, a little odd, but it's not the end of the world. And personally, we're like, well, this could be unique. We'll get to meet the owner. Maybe we can make a good impression and get a good, I don't know, foot in the door, build a relationship with him and get a good price. So we thought that could be kind of unique. So we called up the families and said, hey, let's go look at this house, and took all of them with us.
And this house is actually how I got my first horse. Crazy enough story.
Yeah. Are you going to tell us that story?
So yeah, we took our families and we went and toured the house, and it was in very, very rough condition, inside and outside. I'm not sure if the owner had done any handiwork. He was probably the original owner. I don't think anything had ever been done to the house or the property, so it was in very rough condition. But again, we went in knowing that we could fix things, we could renovate, so that wasn't a deterring factor for us.
Yeah, we knew as we walked through and we talked to him. He was the original owner, by the way. He had been there for, I think, 40 years, and he had definitely, the home had been well lived in. There was some soft spots in the floor, some really major things that needed repaired on. It had a lot of huge fruit trees, which are cool. They're kind of a nice plus, but the house needed a lot of work. We could see a potential there, but we needed to buy it. And you could just say, well, that's easy. It's listed on the MLS. Why don't you just buy it? Well, that's, red flag number one for us, or should have been, was the owner was like, well, I'm not quite ready to sell. I'll probably sell it to you guys. I like you guys, but I'm not quite ready.
Well, Quinn befriended him.
Well, I tried. So we said, okay, you're not quite ready. We understand that. What timeline are you thinking? And he's like, oh, maybe a couple months. And so we started talking about horses. He was a big horse person. And he's like, well, if you guys got a horse, you could just board him here for free in the meantime.
Heck yeah. That sparked my interest. So why not buy a horse? Get our foot in the door. have our horse boarded at the property, and then when he's ready to sell, boom, we're already there, ready for it.
Yeah, so that led to us buying a horse because that's the logical solution is just to buy a horse.
Literally, probably 2 weeks after we toured this house.
Yeah, it was Carly did not waste any time in finding a horse to buy for this property. So we get the horse over there and we're thinking we can really, do some stuff to the property throughout the time that we have the horse boarded there and start to make it our own. And the more time we spent at the property, the more time we spent talking to the owner, the more red flags kind of appeared for us.
Yeah.
Carly's horse wasn't quite getting the care that he needed, and there was just a lot of issues with the fencing. He was getting some cuts, bruises. Stall was quite bad, which we put a lot of work into getting the stall back to where it needed to be. But then some other red flags started coming up. Um, Owner's story changed from a month to 2 months to 6 months to 8 months to 12 months to 24 months to, hey, my son and his wife are moving down in their camper and they're going to live with us. So I think at that point we started to put some dots together that he wasn't going to sell it to us. As
Yeah.
sucky as that was going to be, we didn't feel like that was going to actually ever come to fruition.
Yeah. So it was in our best interest to just move our new horse off the property, and start pursuing some other houses at that point.
So a real big bummer, lots of months, time, energy, money wasted on trying to get that house that we thought was going to be perfect for us, but ended up never coming or amounting to anything tangible besides a horse that we have running around in our arena right now. That's about it. But one of Carly's dreams and lifelong dreams has always been to own horses. I should have probably caught the plural there. I thought it was just one, but apparently when you have one, you got to have another to keep it company.
Yeah, for
And then you
sure.
got to have three. So, here we are. But unfortunately, nothing came of that. But we really tried. And again, this is just to let you guys know that crazy stuff like this happens all the time in real estate. And we wanted to bring that story to you guys about the first house that we tried to buy for us and at that time our growing family.
Yep. And this is a story where we literally put the cart before the horse.
Yes, and next we'll talk to you guys about the 5-acre parcel that we looked at in a really good location with a 3 RV bay garage store workshop, a house, a pool, big mature trees, and why didn't we buy that one?
I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned.
You'll have to join us next time to find out why. Thanks, guys.